Welcome back, everyone, to Open Line. Talking about the budget, talking about the Metro budget that is being debated right now in the Metro courthouse. The council is meeting, and one of the major issues being discussed is not only the property tax increase, it is funding for the police department. We have with us two people from Community Oversight Now who would like to see money reduced for the police department. We have several calls, so let's go to Kevin. Hello, Kevin. Go right ahead.
Oh, good. Wonderful. How you all doing this evening? Let me turn down my TV. I want to make sure I don't get interrupted.
Okay.
Okay. Wonderful. I don't know where to start, but I'm going to start as easy as I can. This is an oversight committee gentleman in here, and they're talking about budget reduction. I can understand. We can't afford a budget reduction. We need the police that we have. I think we're going in a different direction than we need to, and the reason why is I noticed about the George Floyd incident. When George Floyd was taken down, most of those people that were standing around looking around looked ex-military, and the reason I say that, we've got a lot of authorization to hire on a lot of police. And not just in Nashville, in the local surrounding counties and communities and stuff. The places, we're growing, man. This place, the whole area, Middle Tennessee is exploding. All right.
Right.
And we needed more police, and I can understand that. So, yeah, we got them, and we need our sheriffs. We need our state troopers. I'm not kidding. They're awesome. We need our police, but we have an issue here that's a little deeper than I think people really realize. Okay, we had Desert Storm and we had Afghanistan war going on, okay? We got a lot of people coming out. There's not a lot of people that qualify to do some of the stuff that we're asking the police to do. But when they're coming out straight out of Afghanistan and out of Desert Storm, they're not deprogrammed. They're not set in for society to come back in society. They just throw them off the plane, here, go home, you're home. And they're still in that mindset of being
so you're
in
saying, okay,
a war zone.
All right,
now,
so,
let me finish this. I'm going to make it short.
Okay,
just let me make it short.
All right,
we
go
got
ahead.
war zone people. Now, we got people that are in the police force that have come out, and they're now in the police force. They're hired on. They're military-type people. Now, they don't really realize what's going on. They're still in the excitement. We're still dealing with terrorists. We're still dealing with a lot of really bad people, not just the bad police, okay? The police are having to deal with a multitude of different things, not just criminals. Now,
so should the police be
when
defunded?
all this went down and all the police now that are going on, a lot of them are ex-military.
Okay,
they're coming.
all right, because we're so short on time, I just cut you off. I'm sorry. He's saying there are a lot of ex-military in the police. I think he's saying there are a lot of ex-military everywhere. I know there's a concern about militarization of police. Just really quickly, Dr. Franklin, do you want to comment on what you heard there?
Well, I do think that when we look back 10 or 20 years from now, we will see if there's, through some studies, if the recent wave of killings were related to a surplus population of folks coming out of the military. I teach a lot of military students, including in Middle Tennessee State University, combat veterans, and there's another side of that story too, is that some of them, because of their experiences to their defense, they end up having more composure. Some of them have more respect for human life, and so it's a complicated set of experiences. Some of the combat veterans that I've taught, they're the least violent now.
All right, that's a good point, and that's the other side of what he was saying. Okay, let's go to another call here. Let's go to Ken. Hello, Ken.
Yeah, thanks for taking my call.
Yes, sir. Go right ahead.
I like to really keep things really, really simple. It gets down to the point that if people didn't commit crimes, they wouldn't have to deal with the police whatsoever. And where are these two people that you've got on there? I've not heard them mention one thing about all these police officers that's been assassinated sitting in their car, shot in the head. No comments about the police being killed. But you take a criminal thug and you make a martyr out of him, and you start marching and you start looting and burning down buildings, and it's incredible. That's all I got.
Okay. Dr. Franklin, you can respond to that quickly.
I mean, every human life is important. The police officer's life is important. The taking of a police officer's life should be condemned. And even the so-called criminal or thug. Who even Jesus said we must treat that person as a full human being in all that capacity. So when it comes to so-called Black Lives Matter, all Black Lives Matter, not just a professor like myself with the suit and the tie, but even that person who comes from a part of society that is often disposed of. So I think when it comes to policing, I would encourage your callers to think about just the larger political economy of policing. It's not just a $200+ million budget, but it's a capital budget that includes large-scale purchases, building, capital development. It's a civil asset forfeiture program. It includes traffic tickets, traffic stops, revenues that's brought in. So there's a larger political economy around policing in the United States that's just not about a general operating budget, or not just about a capital budget, but a larger political economy. And that's what the defund the police movement is trying to at least make people aware of.
All right, we'll take a break. Melissa, we'll come back and we'll talk to you for a moment. We'll take a break. Be back right after this.